I've encountered many terrifying tales, dear friends, but none quite as chilling as the one I'm about to share with you. Imagine a disease so lethal that it almost always leads to a slow, excruciating death. A virus that lurks in the shadows, waiting to strike, and when it does, it's already too late. This, my friends, is the horrifying reality of rabies. A nightmare that doesn't end when you wake up, because you never do. Rabies, dear friends, is not just any disease. It's a viral menace that sets its sights on your nervous system, and once it takes hold, it's almost always fatal. You see, this isn't some common cold or flu that you can shake off with a few days of rest. No, rabies is a silent predator stalking its prey with deadly precision. It's a game of Russian roulette, where the odds are stacked against you from the moment of infection. The virus can lie dormant in your body for months, even years. Now imagine this scenario, if you will. You're out for a pleasant walk in the woods, enjoying the serenity of nature. Suddenly a bat swoops down, barely grazing your skin. You think nothing of it and continue on your way. But that brief encounter could be the beginning of your worst nightmare. For weeks, months, or even years, you live your life as normal. But all the while, the virus is slowly making its way to your central nervous system. It's like a horror movie playing out inside your own body, and you're completely oblivious to the impending doom. This was the tragic reality for a woman in Virginia who developed symptoms a full year after a seemingly harmless encounter with a bat. As the rabies virus tightens its grip on your nervous system, dear friends, your world begins to unravel. The initial symptoms might seem innocuous, a fever, some tingling sensations, but don't be fooled. This is just the calm before the storm. Soon confusion sets in. Your mind becomes a battlefield, with rabies launching a full-scale assault on your sanity. Agitation takes hold, turning even the calmest person into a powder keg of anxiety and aggression. But the true horror, my friends, is yet to come. As the disease progresses, it unleashes a torrent of nightmarish symptoms, where even the simplest act of swallowing becomes an excruciating ordeal. But the torment doesn't end there, oh no. As if the physical agony wasn't enough, rabies begins to play tricks on your mind. Hallucinations creep in, blurring the lines between reality and nightmare. The world around you warps and twists, populated by terrors visible only to your rabies-addled brain. And in this state of delirium, the virus turns its host into something almost unrecognizable. Violent outbursts become common. In a chilling incident in Brazil, a rabid man had to be restrained after attempting to bite hospital staff, his mind lost to the virus's cruel manipulations. As the rabies virus continues its relentless assault, dear friends, the body begins to shut down. Paralysis creeps in, stealing away control limb by limb, and then in a final cruel twist, your lungs begin to fail. Each breath becomes a desperate struggle, as if you're drowning on dry land. This, my friends, is the grim reality of rabies in its final stages, but here's the most chilling part of this horrific tale. Without immediate treatment after exposure, death is not just likely, it's inevitable. Once symptoms appear, it's already too late. The rabies virus has won its deadly game, and the infected person is living on borrowed time. This was the heartbreaking fate of a young girl in Cambodia, whose final days were marked by unimaginable suffering as the virus ravaged her body and mind. Rabies, my friends, is no newcomer to the stage of human suffering. Its shadow has loomed over us since ancient times, a spectre of death that has haunted humanity for millennia. But make no mistake, dear listeners, rabies is not some relic of the past or a mere fodder for folklore. It remains a very real and present danger in our world today. The image of a rabid dog, eyes glazed with madness, foam dripping from its jaws, is not just a scene from a horror movie. It's a potential reality that lurks in the shadows of our world, waiting to strike. From the slums of developing nations to the wilderness of developed countries, rabies continues to claim lives. In 2018, a pack of rabid dogs terrorized a village in Morocco, leaving a trail of bitten victims and panic in their wake, a grim reminder that this ancient horror is still very much alive. And so, dear friends, we reach the end of our chilling journey through the nightmare of rabies. Remember, this is no mere tale to give you a cheap scare. Rabies is a very real, very present threat. If there's one thing you take from this dark story, let it be this. Immediate medical attention is crucial if exposure is suspected. In the face of rabies, vigilance is your only defense against a fate worse than death. Stay safe, stay aware, and may you never encounter this horror in reality.